you're a dreamer? Any dreamers in the house? Praise God. Awesome. Okay, if your hand didn't go up there, raise your hand if you don't dream much, but when you do, you remember. Where are those people? Okay. And where are my people who say, I don't dream? I had dreams, and I come from dreamers. My father was a dreamer. My mother didn't consider herself to be a dreamer, but in fact, that's how God confirmed that my father was who she was supposed to marry, was in a dream. So she's a dreamer. So I come from dreamers. But throughout my life, I would have these dreams, and still do, where I'm like, God, I don't know what this is. And I didn't know what to do with it. I had nowhere to go. I would talk to different people, but it's a gift that it's different. It's different. And the way God speaks is different. So you can go to someone who may have a gift of prophecy and say, I had this dream, and they look at you and be like, I don't know, because that's not how the gift works. Their gift works in that. And so I was really praying, and I'm telling you what I did, so that's how I know. And I was like, God, I need somebody to talk to. Like, I believe you're telling me stuff, but I don't know how, I can't understand it. And I prayed, and I kept asking him, I need a mentor, I need a mentor, I need a mentor. And I won't go into the details, but he led me to a young lady. She was then in Atlanta. She's now in Charlotte, but her name is Elder Cheryl Singletary. And there are over 100 Bible verses about dreams and visions of the night. I want you to pay attention to that scripture that's up there. It is the glory of God to conceal things, but the glory of kings is to search out a matter. God likes hide and seek. There are some things he presents to us in a matter that he knows we don't know what it is. He knows we're going to be befuddled. But the whole reason he's presenting it to us is not to keep information from us, but it's because he wants to see, will you search for me? Will you play this game of hide and go seek with me? Do you care enough with what I'm saying to you? It might be confusing right now, but will you give me follow it through? Let me give you a natural example. If someone you're really close to, a friend, a family member, if they sent you a random text that said, bumblebees playing in the street, what would you do? And obviously there's a reason why he wants to share these things with you. So one of the things, what I did is I used the word dreams. I took each letter, to talk about different types of dreams. So decision dreams was the first talk we had. Have you ever, raise your hand if you've ever made a decision in your dream? This blessed me when we started studying this. Because here's another scripture we've heard preached. When God asked Solomon, ask me whatever you want, and I'll give it to you. Everybody remember that story? And what did Solomon ask for? How about that took place in a dream? Solomon was asleep. Solomon, it's okay if you want to pick at your phones and look at it now. I do that all the time in church. Solomon was asleep. And God said, whatever you want. But what he asked for, remember, God was talking to what part of Solomon? His spirit, revelation dreams, that's the R in dreams. Why would God give us revelation dreams? To reveal himself, to show us another facet of himself, to give you a hope and a future, to warn you, to give you strategy. Gideon, y'all familiar with the story of Gideon? Gideon did not dream. Gideon was scared, and he was trying to figure out, okay, God, I know you want me to do this. I don't know when you want me to do this. I'm kind of nervous. And he was lying in his bed or whatever it was, cot, one night, And God told him to get up and walk down to the edge of the camp. And when he did, he overheard two of the enemies discussing a dream. One enemy said to the other what the dream was. In a message I did not too long ago, I called it a biscuit. I saw a biscuit come running down the hill, and it ran into our tent and knocked our tent over. And the other person who was the enemy said, oh, that ain't nobody. He interpreted it. He said, that's nobody but Gideon coming to destroy us. I don't know, because God will let you interpret, so he will let you say something you don't even realize that you said it. Like you don't even realize the profundity of what you have spoken. But Gideon heard. They didn't know Gideon was listening. And Gideon realized that strategy God has given me. This is the time. And the bread, how did they know that was Gideon? Because Gideon, what's the threshing floor with wheat. Barley. That was how dreams are symbolic. We'll get into that later. But he knew that was Gideon. He knew God was telling him it's going to have to be a surprise attack. That's how you're going to go. It's going to be an ambush. God was giving strategy in that dream. And it was revealed by the enemy. Fast forward, January 6th. This is the same school year. So 2023. I am a creative. I love creating. I love making things, all of that. That's really what I would like to be doing instead of working a 9 to 5. I just want to create. I'm waiting for my husband to give me the thumbs up. But in this dream, I was in a cloth world, like a cloth store. Y'all remember Cloth World? Fabric store. And I remembered while I was in the store, I was talking to someone that I know, and I remembered I was like, ooh, I don't have my mask. So I ran out of the store to go just across the way, which was where I last left my mask. It happened to be the school. And so, but to get in the school, I had to climb in the back of the school bus, walk down the aisle, and then get out of the door, the front entrance. And right before I step out of the front entrance in the dream, I intuitively know that if I enter all the way in the school, it will become a jail or a prison. So I step off the bus, I stand in the doorway, and sure enough, the inside of what was the school is a jail cell. So I'm looking and I'm like, I need my mask, but I don't want to go in there. I see someone that I used to work with. I ask her about the mask. She hasn't seen it. And then right on the desk, right by the door, I see my mask. I grab it without going in, and I turn around to leave.